Hi everyone, Crystal Lynn here. I'm so excited to be here with you today. We're going to talk about how to learn to trust yourself to make quick decisions, to make good decisions. So, say a replay below if you're in the replay. Type hi if you're with me live here. Let me know you're here. It helps me know what topics resonate with you guys most. Feel free to let me know what you would love to hear about more in the topics. If you're new to me, I am Crystalline Divine Empowerment Coach, and I help women to heal from the inside out so they are a magnet for love and abundance. So I do a lot with healing past abuse, increasing self-love, confidence, so you can go after what you want. So you can take that action. So you can get clear on that big dream vision and start taking the steps towards it. So you can stop living based on ego, fear, negative mindset, and start tuning into happiness, joy, and what really makes you thrive and happy. So that's what I specialize in. We're going to talk about how to trust yourself today. So we'll start with just talking about how to trust yourself, right? And then we'll go into how that helps you make good decisions, or how you can make quick decisions, right? How many of you love this topic and would love to trust yourself more and feel the monkey mind going, right? Like sometimes when we have to make a decision, we can get stuck in our headspace and think about all the reasons why we should do it and all the reasons why we should not do it for the same exact topic, right? And then we end up unclear and fuzzy and kind of lost. Or perhaps you give your power away to somebody else, like, well, they already went through this, they must know best. Let me just ask them. And you kind of aren't trusting yourself in that situation, right? Because you're giving it over to somebody else. So let me know if that's you, if you can resonate with overthinking, if you can resonate with asking others. Put overthinking or asking others in the comments. Let me know which one you do more of. I would love to know. Oh, hi, Tammy. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, let me know which one you do more, or maybe it's both. But like, I get it, we grow up as kids. It's just kind of like, listen to your parents and do what I say and listen to your teachers, right? And all that stuff. So that kind of gives us this habit of like listening to others, considering others, right? And, when it comes to relationships, it's a little different. You do want to listen and compromise and hear them, right? But still, you need to know what's best for you and be able to speak to that too, right? If relationships and work, with your own goals, like with all of it, the more you're connected with yourself and the more you know what you want, like the further you're going to be able to clearly and confidently state what you want. So say hi if you're with me live. Thank you for joining me. I am live every Tuesday at 12 p.m. EST. So say hi. Let me know you're live. Type replay if you're on the replay. Yes. All right. So, I just want to let you guys know ahead of time, I'm offering a free audit, like a free trust yourself audit call. For anyone who's on this live, where we can really dig into what is it specifically for you, right? Where you have that block, where you're not trusting yourself, and then you'll get like, what is the next step for you to break through this? So if you would like to book that, you could put call in the comments or send me a DM with the word audit. And then we'll book your call. All right. Because I don't always do free coaching while on the calls learning about coaching. So when I offer these, it's because you're actually going to get coaching. You're actually going to get next steps for you and things like that on these calls, which I don't always offer. So definitely take advantage of it. Definitely you're in a loving space with me. My goal is to help each and every one of you rise, right? All right, so let's get into it. What are the steps to learn to trust yourself? Hi, Tana. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for joining me. Overthinking for sure. Yup. Yeah, we can all overthink at times, let's be honest, right? But for some of us, it might be our go-to where we overthink, right? All right, so to trust yourself, first tip I'm going to give you is to be yourself, right? is to be yourself. And it sounds so simple. And it's like, come on, Crystal. Like, I got on here just for you to tell me to be myself. And it's like, yeah, but how many times do you actually just do what other people want to do, right? Whether it's with family, with friends, like, how many times do you just give in to others and say, okay, yeah, whatever, we'll do what you want, or yeah, maybe you're right, maybe I should do that, right? Um, we like to, we want to be liked, we want to be loved, we want people, right? So because of that, again, there are times when we should agree, but we shouldn't always just be agreeable, right? And do what everyone else wants and put ourselves last. So to be yourself means to not worry about what other people think of you, to just be you, right? To not give your power away to someone else, right? Which I just mentioned. But what worked for them, every little step they followed may have worked for them. And you might think, and in some cases, copying somebody's strategy does work in some cases. In some cases, it does not. So you have to use your discernment, and that's why you have to trust yourself, and you have to feel into, like, is this right for me? Because just copying what someone else does or did may not work for you. And here's the other thing, like, a person may give you advice and they may or may not know what they're talking about. That's the other thing. Sometimes we give our power away to people who they don't even have success in that area, right? Or they haven't helped others have success in that area, right? Or I mean, even like if you give it to a professional and maybe they're just not good at their job, or maybe they're just busy that day, or they have something else going on, so they give you a half-ass answer and just move along, and then you take that answer like as Bible and you go like put it into action, and then it like blows up, right? So again, some people, I'm not saying people have bad intentions, which, some may, but some have good intentions, right? And it's still just not the right thing for you. So this is why trusting yourself and getting in touch with yourself is so important when it comes to making your decisions for you, right? Think about when you were a kid and your parents were like, oh, you should be a lawyer, you should be a doctor, you should be, I don't know, whatever it is they thought you should be, right? And like some people like literally grow up and go to college and do that profession and have success at it at first too, and then they're like, I'm miserable, like I hate this. Or maybe they don't have success at it and they're miserable and they hate it, right? But let me tell you, there's no price for misery. Like, nobody wants a job they absolutely hate and loathe, even if they're making good money. Like, nobody wants that. Nobody's raising their hand to live that dream, right? So this is why you have to be yourself, and you have to connect with yourself, and you have to tune in with, like, what do you really love? What do you really want? What do you really desire? What are you feeling called to do? Because no one else can tell you that. Plenty of people are going to tell you not to. Plenty of people are going to tell you, oh, really? You know what I mean? Plenty of people are going to do that stuff based on their own limitations. Again, some may have good intentions. Some may not, right? Your family is a great example. Like, your family and your closest friends may be the ones who tell you, oh, you can't do that. You shouldn't do that. Maybe it's spiritual things that they don't understand. Maybe it's starting your business and they don't get it. They think you should just get a job, right? They're not where you at. They are not where you are at. They are not you. They don't get it. They could have the most loving intentions and still tell you, oh, I don't know, right? And then what happens? You doubt yourself. You question yourself. You're giving your power away. You're thinking that they know better than you when they don't. They're telling you not to because they never went, most likely, I'll guarantee that they never went after they wanted to in life, or they started to and they failed and they gave up and they never went the distance. Okay, that's the thing. You got to go the distance. We're going to fail. We're going to make mistakes. We're human. It's not a smooth, shiny, beautiful path. I mean, let me tell you, it's much more amazing when you're following your heart and you're going after what you want, but that doesn't guarantee you no bumps in the road. You got to get back up. You got to go back after it, right? You have to listen to you, and you have to tweak and pivot and keep going. And you know, your friends and family will be the first one to jump in when you hit that. And maybe it's, you know, some of you I'm sure have supportive family too, right? But the things that people don't understand is what I'm talking about here, right? They'll be the first ones when you hit that bump in the road to be like, I told you, you shouldn't have, yeah, that wasn't a good idea, right? And then you start to question yourself. So share your dreams and goals and things, spiritual things or whatever it is, with people who support you. It might not be your family. It may be somebody in this group. It may be hiring a coach, right? Like whoever it is, find that like-minded person or tribe or people that you can talk to about these things, right? You can find spiritual groups. Post in here. I would love to hear from more of you. Just post. Tell us what's going on in your life, right? Ask for feedback or comments, right? Let's support each other here in this group. But yeah, don't go to your best friend who told you it wasn't a good idea and tell her it flopped, because she's just going to try to, you know, weigh you down even more when this is a pivotal moment for you to just tweak, right? So let me know if this is resonating so far. Let's see. I see some comments. Thank you for the call. Yes. And then I'm asking the universe for a low-cost permanent storefront. Oh, beautiful. I love that. Yes. Okay. So yeah, go after what you want. Don't give your power away. Surround yourself with people who support you. Be yourself. Go after what you want. Don't be afraid to be different. Like now that I'm adult, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm different, right? But when we were kids and in school, like middle school, it was like, oh, let me fit in. Let me be like everybody else, right? BS. No way. Don't be like everybody else. You're unique. You're one of a kind, and it's a beautiful thing, right? All right, so let me know how many of you really liked the first tip, which was be yourself. So if you like tip number 1, put 1 in the comments for me. And do this if you're on the replay also, not just if you're live. So let's go to tip number 2. Tip number 2 is to set reasonable goals and also celebrate the progress. The progress. Notice, not the end results, but the progress. All right, so let's talk about reasonable goals, right? Reasonable goals are stretchy yet attainable, right? They're juicy, they get you excited, they get you pumped up to achieve something amazing, right? More than you have in the past, stretchy, but not so out of reach that it's like not doable in whatever time frame that you have decided for this goal, right? So think about how would your life change for the better if you achieve this goal, right? That, like, how motivated is that going to get you if you're, I mean, let's just say a money goal. Like if your goal was make $100,000 in 3 to 6 months or whatever, right? Like what would change in your life if you made $100,000 in 3 to 6 months? Like what would you be able to do that you can't do right now, right? You know, think about that. Maybe it's extra things you get to do. Maybe you get to move into a new home. Maybe you get to have more like spa days, right? Maybe you get to sign your kids up for more activities. Go on more dates with your husband or partner, right? Yeah, like how could you invest back into your business if you have your own business, or hire your coach to get yourself a promotion at your job or start your own business, right? Like whatever. Like, you know, like, oh yeah. So that gets it juicy. That gets it, right? Gets you excited. Again, don't make it so big that it feels like, oh my God, I can't even do it. But you do want to push yourself a little more. So let me know if that's making sense. If the way to plan out your goal, right? Reasonable goals. Let me know if that makes sense for you. Okay, so I see someone in the comments. Awesome. And it says, my close circle aren't even aware of my spiritual side. So definitely looking for my spiritual tribe now. Yeah, absolutely. And there's many of you. Yeah. Yeah, I have friends that aren't spiritual too, right? Like friends I've had forever that I kind of just hang out with once in a while. You know what I mean? So yeah, like we definitely get to have that spiritual family too. So Um, all right, so celebrate. This is another important thing that we forget to do, right? Celebrate the progress, celebrate all the milestones you accomplish. It's about the journey, not the end goal, right? You're learning and you're growing each step of the way, and all of it is so important. All of it is so important. And while another thing that I don't have here, but it's true, it's like showing up for yourself, like saying you're going to do something and then doing it is also a part of it, right? Because then you're keeping your word to yourself and your self worth is going up. So every time you say you're going to do something and you do it, you believe in yourself, you trust yourself more, right? Every time you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, you're like, oh shit, why even bother? Like, right? Like your self worth, your confidence in yourself goes down, right? So that's another part of it too. But it's also about celebrating the milestones, right? Celebrating all the things, and you're learning and growing each step of the way. All is important, right? And we're humans. We are meant to grow and evolve and shift and ascend. Like that is a part of our journey. Like that is why we're here. So as we're working towards the goal, we might be like, maybe like this would be better, right? And we might tweak it or change your minds a little bit. And the progress isn't lost, because that progress that you made, even if you change the end goal, is actually still helped you to get to the goal, even if the goal changed. That allowed you to grow, that allowed you to change, that allowed you to trust yourself more, know yourself more, believe more, dream more, go after more, right? So the progress is what you should focus on. Like, what are all the little things that you accomplished instead of focusing on that big end goal? Because here's the thing, like if your end goal is, what would I say, make $100,000 and you make $50,000, are you going to be like mad? Like you might be a little bit because you didn't reach your goal. But here's the thing, if you didn't make the goal, you probably would have made like 10 or 20, right? Or maybe 30, whatever. But you wouldn't have. So even getting halfway to your goal is like a huge success, especially if it's more than you would have done without the goal. And I guarantee you it will be. So striving towards something, you're always going to be moving in the right direction, even if you didn't exactly achieve that end result. So let me know if this is resonating. Let me know if this is making sense. Put number 2 in the comments if this is making sense. If this is something you get to focus on and work on too, right? And here's the thing too, it's so hard to do all this on your own. It's so hard to do all this by yourself because we're in our own way. We're human. We're in our own way. We can't see our own blocks, right? It's easy to say it. It's harder to do it. And it's extremely difficult to see all your own blocks clearly. As a matter of fact, I don't know if anyone can. Like, I kind of sort of know my blocks. Like, I do. But I can't totally clearly see all the ways in which they're showing up. All the things that they're leading back to, right? Like I'll know because I'm a coach, because I do this kind of work. I'll be like, oh, yeah, this is happening because of this. But then I still need to go deeper, right? I need a coach to get deeper. To like, oh, okay, it's this pattern from this and because of this and in childhood this and right, whatever. And then also, I give my clients like energy healings and things like that, along with the coaching and mindset and clearing the blocks, right? So it has this multifaceted effect where they're really shifting and changing and ascending, right? So just knowing is my point. Like, I'm on here, I'm giving you the tips. Absolutely. Take these, run with them, put it into your life. You will have some progress, but knowing it and actually clearing the blocks and getting the transformation is a whole nother step, right? And that's where I come in. So if you're interested in coaching with me, if getting more detailed help, definitely book the call with me. And you're not required to sign up for coaching with me in order to book the call. However, you'll get an idea, right, of how I can help you. And that's my whole that's my whole purpose, right? To get you out of your own way and to get you into like full potential. So yes. So let's see. I see something in the comments here. And it says, sorry, I have to scroll back and forth. It says, yes, a good psychology article I've read Oh, where'd it go? It showed a few. Oh, a simple high five is motivation for your brain. Celebrate all the small steps. Yes. I love how my camera, my thing was like fading out. Yeah, it's true. Like clap, pat yourself on the back, do a little dance. Like there's whatever. Like shout it out, post it on Facebook, right? Like it doesn't have to be a big thing to celebrate, but just ignoring it. And it can be a big thing, by the way. You want to throw a party for like a big goal you accomplished, or maybe not even a big goal, right? Like you get to do that too. But a little thing, a little moment to just celebrate, like, hey, what? Oh, you're awesome. Wow, you did that, right? Happy dance, like whatever it is. It's going to help you. It's going to motivate you. It's going to pump you up, right? So yeah, I love that. And this kind of ties into the next one a little bit. The next tip, number 3, is be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Stop listening to the negative inner voice because it's all BS. Praise yourself for all that goes right instead. Praise yourself for all that goes right instead. And this is, we all do this. We all have the negative voice, right? We all have those thoughts. But here's the thing, like, it's not you. And you know, you heard this saying, you're either in abundance or you're in scarcity. It's like one or the other. But here's the thing, you're either in your true authentic self or you're in your ego, fear, negative voice, right? You can't be in both. So either you're going to tap in and connect with who you truly are, which is not the voice that's telling you you're not good enough, because who you truly are would never tell you that you are not good enough. Never. But the monkey mind, that'll tell you you're not good enough. And it's not you, and it's BS. And it's like a computer on repeat, like just repeating things that you heard once upon a time, or somebody else thought, or like your mother once thought, right? Like it's a bunch of junk running around in there, and like we're letting it run the show sometimes, right? Um, and this is where coaching comes in too, where I can help you. And even you guys, just noticing your thoughts, right? Noticing your thoughts will help too, so you can start to shift them. But this is where I come in too as a coach, because I can like notice what you don't notice, like in your words and your thoughts and your energy. Like I can notice all this stuff that's kind of in your way, and get you back to your authentic self, right? To shift and clear that and get you back to your authentic self. So being kind to yourself, noticing the negative thought, shifting into a positive thought, shifting to a positive thought is always going to help you. So that's definitely one of my tips. All right, that was 4. I don't know where we at. That was 3. Be kind to yourself was number 3. So let me know if you really needed to hear that one, or if that helped you. Now let's go to number 4. 4 is, and I didn't put numbers on them. That's why I should have done that, right? My little notes. Number 4 is build on your strengths. Build on your strengths, right? If you want to trust yourself, stop focusing on your weaknesses. Stop focusing on like, oh, I don't do this good, or I don't do that good, and I should get better at that. Like, forget it. The things you're not good at, forget it. What if you made enough money to hire somebody to do those things that you're not good at, and it never mattered again, right? So, build your strengths. Do more of the things that you're good at. Do them more of the time. Learn more about the things that you're good at, and increase those skills, right? Sounds simple. It is kind of simple, but there are a lot of people who like spend time trying to focus on their weaknesses. And what happens when you focus on your weaknesses? Your negative thoughts are running crazy, saying, you ain't good at this. Why bother? Don't do that, right? They're like going crazy because they actually got something good to talk about now, right? So you're just stuck in that state where you're like not feeling good about yourself, right? In order to trust yourself, do you think that you have to feel good about yourself? Like, yes, you get to feel good about yourself, right? So there is this connection with self-love, like all of it comes into play here. So build on your strengths. Don't focus on your weaknesses is the next tip. All right, I think I'm on number 5 or 4. I don't know. I can't count, can I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is 5. 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's why I'm confusing myself. I added 1. I added 1 after I wrote them up. All right, I see these are resonating. 1 and 2 looks like resonating most. All right, awesome. Yeah, I had a lot to say on 1 and 2 also. And they are like super important. So yeah. All right, 5. Number 5 is to spend time with yourself. How many of you actually spend time with yourself? And I mean, like, I don't mean like you're home alone cleaning or whatever, right? But actually spending time with yourself, like having fun, doing something creative, meditating. Daily meditation is a great way to help you connect with your intuition, right? Meditating daily, doing self-care, having fun, playing, creative. This is going to allow you to know yourself, enjoy yourself, know what you like, connect with yourself. And then what happens? You have a deeper bond with yourself. I know it sounds crazy, right? Like you could literally show up in color every day, or I mean, think about when you're a kid, right? You like play dress up, you dance. Like it's all like, my kids, they just want to play. Like, they just want to play. They just want to have fun. I mean, it involves more electronics now in this day and age, but regardless, like, they just want to play. They just want to have fun, right? So how can you do that? How can you just play and have fun? And by the way, I will stipulate here, like, and I definitely have times when I play games on my phone and then I delete them. But, like, playing the games on your phone, there are certain things that are just numbing. Like, that's a numbing kind of a thing to play the games on your phone, to watch Netflix. You know what I mean? Like, there's a numbing effect to that unless it's done in, like, moderation. So be sure that you're doing quality things when you're spending time with yourself. It's not just about, oh, I'm in a room, I'm this, I'm that, right? Like, read a book that speaks to your soul, you know? Um, yeah, do those things that are really going to connect and aren't like time wasters and numbing type of activities. There's a big distinction there. So let me know if that is helpful with tip number 5. And what else? Oh, hi, Cheryl. Thanks for joining me. Focus on your strengths. Yes. All right. So number 6 is to have faith, right? In order to trust yourself, you also have to have faith. You have to trust in God, source, universe, whatever you call it. You have to trust in a higher power as well, right? You have to know that there's a reason you're here. There's a purpose. There's a mission you're meant to fulfill. There is something that you and only you are meant to do, by the way. And it doesn't matter if there's a bunch of other people doing it. You have a unique spin. Like, you have a unique life experience. You have a unique personality, right? Whatever it is, you are here, you're meant to do it. So you get to have faith and know and trust, even when it seems like, especially when it seems like everything's going wrong, right? Like, oh, this isn't working, right? Again, it's just that bump in the road. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're supposed to give up. You might need to tweak or pivot. Again, you need to tune in. What is it you really want? We try to do things so much from the logical mind, and we get to tune in with, what do we want? There are many decisions that I have made that I'm sure my family thought I was crazy. And why did I make these decisions? Because it felt right for me, and I trusted myself and my intuition. It didn't matter what they thought. It doesn't matter what they think now, right? Those things that I just felt in my heart, in my soul, in my bones, that I can't do that, I have to do this, like, I listened to it, right? I'm not going to say there haven't been times when I have not listened to my intuition, because that has happened too, and it wasn't pretty, right? Like those times that I knew I should have and I didn't. But the point is, the more you know that, I mean, honestly, your intuitions are like little nudges from your higher self, from God, right? From whatever. So it's very important to listen to that. So that's why the daily meditation will help you connect with your intuition, right? So that you can, make quicker decisions, so you can trust yourself, so you can love yourself, so you can do what is good for you. So notice the sign and the nudges that are all around you, right? From God, or like I said, whatever you call it. They're all around you. When you hear something a few times from different people, trust that is a divine message for you, right? Trust it. It's not coincidence. There are no coincidences, by the way, right? There are no coincidences. So, so number 6 is have faith and trust in God or source. So let me know if that's something you need to tune into right now to trust yourself more. And number 7 is just be decisive. Be decisive. So you can make the decision right now, right here, to just be decisive. Without any further information, knowledge, studying, knowing, just make the choice to be decisive. Make a choice to trust your gut and your intuition and your heart and your soul, and not overthink and not ask others and not go into the brain of should I do this, should I do that, oh, I don't know, and overanalyze it. Overanalyzing it has never gotten you anywhere, is probably not ever going to get you anywhere. But actually sitting still, taking a deep breath, picturing the situation one way, picturing it another way, trying to get centered and balanced first, and then, right? And you could do that in a few minutes, by the way. You might need longer at first as you're getting used to it, but it doesn't take a long time. I guarantee you that you spend more time over analyzing it than you will spend just simply connecting, taking a deep breath. What feels good? Does this feel good or does that feel good? And that's it. That's how you make the decision. And then you follow through. You don't second guess. You don't go, oh, I made this decision, but now maybe I think I should make this one. Pick it and follow through with it. We don't need to overthink it. That's number 7. So let me know if that was helpful. Yes. Awesome. I see all the numbers in the comments. Yay. I'm so glad this is landing, right? It's a quick overview. Again, you can totally take these steps and apply them, and I guarantee you, you will trust yourself more as you start to apply this, right? You will be able to be more decisive, and yeah, we're human. We're going to make mistakes sometimes, and that's okay. And we get to pivot and do the next thing, and maybe that mistake was leading you to a better right choice. Like sometimes, honestly, we have to make those little mistakes, right, to get to the better choice. So now that you have the steps, like definitely put them into your life, apply them. Let me know, come back here. Let me know how this has helped you as you do apply it. Let me know what landed for you as you were listening. But like I said, knowing and actually clearing the blocks and patterns and making the change and being able to shift and have the progress on what you really want, connect to what you really want, is a bigger picture than just applying these steps, right? It requires, a deeper dive into what's going on in your patterns, your mindset, your awareness. Working with a coach definitely gives you quicker results, gets you closer to your end goal faster, and shifts the blocks, the things that are in your way, right? So I'm offering that free Trust Yourself Audit call to those who DM me from this live. So you can DM me Audit or put Audit in the comments here or call in the comments to schedule your call. And we're just going to, dive into I'm very intuitive too also, right? So I do the mindset, I do the law of attraction, have tons of trainings, but I'm also just very intuitive, which is a blessing. And I am so grateful because it helps me to kind of see things that might not be obvious, right? Like I could see the deeper blocks and things like that. And I also see you at your highest potential, by the way, right? I see you, I hold you high, I know where you get to go in this life, even though you may be in your own way a little bit, right? So yeah, I'll clearly see what's kind of in the way of you trusting yourself, making quick decisions, and bring some awareness to that, and also give you the step for you that you need to take to trust yourself more. So it's very personalized to you. So only book this call if you're actually serious about taking the action step that I give you, right? If you're going to get on the call with me and then not actually take the action step, and it might be more than one step for some of you, right? But if you're not going to do that, then don't book the call, because I only have so many spots in my calendar, right? There's only one of me. Don't book the call if you're not actually going to do it, right? Leave that call for somebody who's actually going to do it, apply it, and want to make change in their life. So, and if you want to learn more about coaching with me, booking the call is a great way to get to know me and see how I can help you. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. Let me know how you enjoyed this topic of trusting yourself and making quick decisions. Let me know in the comments too if you have any other like general questions around this topic. I would love to answer them. And definitely book your call. Also, put audit in the comments or DM me with the words audit, and I will honor that and do a free coaching call for you, diving more deeper into what is in the way for you, right? Because we all have things. We all have things that are in our way. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us, as our negative thoughts may try to tell us. We need help seeing things clearly. We need an outside point of view. We need a cheerleader, right? We need support. So absolutely take advantage of this. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much to all of you who were here with me live. And if you're watching the replay, definitely let me know how you enjoyed this. And I will see you all soon. Don't forget to join me Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye, everyone.